Okay, so I've got my Roku going on in the other room. Currently paused so I can catch the WWE Network exclusive match of Sheamus versus Rusev for the U.S. title. Nice move, make the network free, and then actually show some stuff that happens pretty much right after Raw. Good move, I like that. So, we begin with Vince coming down more or less saying that the network is going to be free for the month of November. If you're a new subscriber. Ideally, it would have been great if you would give me my $9.99 for the month since everything's free, but, no big deal. And that if the Authority loses to Team Cena, there will be no Team Authority. Okay, it's nice. That works well. We then have our opening contest, Dean Ambrose and Cesaro. This is pretty much their go-to match. These are their two workhorses. Nice match, really good chemistry. Bray Wyatt comes out kind of towards the end. Dean Ambrose gets a victory, Bray Wyatt leaves. Alright. The Miz takes on an Uso. In the match, it was decent. The end came with probably the most entertaining part of the whole match. The non-involved Uso hits a super kick on Miz now, which makes the crowd erupt into a chorus of boos. Off the distraction, Miz skull crush finale, 1, 2, 3. Alright. So kind of like a screw job ending. Alright. Get used to them. Now all of a sudden we get a bunch of gun finishes. Sheamus takes on Tyson Kidd. Loses by countout, because Tyson can use Natalya as a shield. But then Tyson needs a bro kick anyways. Stardust is taking on one of Los Matadores. And due to outside interference, takes backstabber. 1, 2, 3. Loses. Okay. Big Show has a match with Mark Henry. It's a slow, plodding match, which you can tell the crowd is not into it at all. They go to the outside. Big Show nails Henry. Big Show gets nailed with a step by Henry. DQ. Henry hits a nice-looking World's Strongest Slam on the bottom part of the steps. Looks good, nice, brutal. Like the feel to it. Ziggler came out. The Authority was like, hey, trying to join the Authority for this fight? Because, let's be honest, if Team Cena wins, people are like, dude, look at what John Cena did. He more kind of goes, no, I don't have any of that. Which then leads to an impromptu IC Championship match between Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins. Great match. These two guys, fantastic chemistry. You see curb stomp. Rollins going in for the pin. Orton pops up RKO. Okay. Which leads to the main event, which is Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. These two guys, again, have really nice chemistry. It's a nice match, good back and forth, works well. Finish comes like an out of nowhere roll up. Afterwards, they're like, alright, everything's cool, right? Everything's cool? We're all cool? We're all cool? We're all cool. And then Randy goes into RKOing the world. Goes to hit the punt on Rollins. Triple H gets involved. Now it's like a 5-person beat down. They hit a curb stomp on to the announce table to bust Randy open. In fact, they don't stop the match, so don't stop everything to fix the bleeding, just kind of heightened it. With there being very little blood over the show blood, it's that much more impactful. Rusev had a match against Zack Ryder. She absolutely dominated, therefore heading into his match against Sheamus for the U.S. Championship. Titus ONeil came out, cut a pretty nice promo. I guess Slater Gator is done. Ryback comes down. And of course, it's a Titus ONeil match, so it begins first by whooping the daylights out of the guy he's in the ring with. Guy turns around, hits a couple moves in the finisher, 1, 2, 3, Ryback is victorious. Alright. Nikki Bella took on Emma in a match that was decent. Again, I think Nikki works well in like a triple threat or a tag. By herself, I don't think she really does. She has a nice move set. I think she needs someone else in the ring to really kind of adjust the flow of things. Emma, really solid indie wrestler, but I think they just did not match up well. With, of course, Nikki getting the victory from the rack attack, which I think needs to be a little bit faster. You know, she kind of just walks up to them, hooks them, slowly gets them up in position. And it's like, yeah, as cool as I think if she were to do the AA, that'd be interesting. And you can tell, if she can put somebody up on her shoulders, from the shoulders to an end over end, might not be that much of a far cry. Of course, be sick, she'd have busted on F5, but, you know. It was a decent match. You can tell that Nikki's progressed quite a ways, but she's still missing that little bit of additional seasoning to work a match. Of course, she's going to be taking on AJ. So I have to digress real quickly. To choose the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, they put the two people in a Hell in a Cell. To become the number one contender for the Divas Championship, you have to win a costume battle royal where whenever a diva leaves the ring, not over the top rope, be under the bottom rope. And once their feet touch the ground, they're eliminated. One belt, vicious, brutal, Hell in a Cell. Chairs, tables, the grating flashability of the cage itself. Costume battle royal. And then they wondered why people look at Divas matches like the piss breaks. You know, so all of it had a decent feel to it. Anybody who was remotely surprised that Orton turned on them, You know, they're in St. Louis, it makes sense. It's his hometown. Maybe he can get the pinfall victory that secures the destruction of the Authority. Maybe he turns on John Cena, therefore allowing John Cena to get pinned by Rusev or whoever's left on the Authority side. And therefore allowing the Authority to reign as he's actually kind of playing the crowd the whole time. Maybe they'll have Lesnar involved instead, and then it come down to, you know, Orton and Cena versus Lesnar, and then Lesnar will be the one to be dominant for the Authority, which could then lead to a moment where you got Paul Heyman on one side feuding with Triple H, more or less saying that, hey, it was my guy who kept you in power. And then somewhere he's throwing Miz down.